Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Ako Event TV. A little of everything happening around the world and educational stuffs. Alright, so before we start, for those that are coming in for the very first time, please, what are you still waiting for? Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep getting gist information about the University of the People as well. Okay, so to be talking about a diary. What are the importance of a diary? Okay, but I want to first of all thank my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for coming in. May God continue to bless you. All right. Okay, so why is a diary so important? What is first of all a diary? Now, a lot of people think a diary is that book which, or they think you need to get to the market and you buy something that is being written there, 2021 diary, 2022 diary, 2020 diary, before you start jotting down things, and that is what is called a diary. Of course, if you are actually writing down whatever is happening in your life on daily basis, of course that is what makes a diary. But now it doesn't necessarily mean you must have a particular book which you buy from the market and it's written there, a diary. Do you know you can actually get any book, guys, even it's an exercise book, and you yourself, you write it there, diary of 2020, 2022, 2021, whatever year you want to write. Okay, so it must not be something you go to the bookshop and you see written there, diary 2020, you buy before you start writing. No, if you cannot afford that, if you're unable to see it as well, if you see it, good, because it's actually very organized. You have January, February, March, April, May, everything is being written down. It's very organized. Yeah, but even if you cannot see it, guys, personally I think you can actually get a book from the market, and or even an exercise book, and you arrange it the way you want it to be. You can actually be writing the dates. Each time you're writing an event, you can actually be writing the date which it occurred. All right, so that's just it. So with a diary, you just simply write down things happening in your life. I mean, you write down events occurring in your life, and diaries are so important. I know a lot of you are like, oh my god, this year 2022, a lot of people have gone to the market, everybody's rushing for a diary, and 2021 was the same. When the year began, a lot of people rushed to the market and everybody's like rushing for a diary. What is it about this diary? I want to let you know that a diary is very important, guys. A diary, let me take for instance, I lost my Facebook password, and I was like, oh my god, how can I get this? And thankfully I always write down those things in my diary, though I wasn't really sure, but I know that I always write down things on my diary. So I went through it. It was difficult to actually find it. Went through it. When I was about giving up, I was like, wow, this is really the importance of a diary. Had it been I didn't write that down, where will I have taken that password from? So I'm just trying to tell you the importance of a diary. So with a diary, it's very important in that you actually write down the things which occur in your life on daily basis. Some people write it on daily basis, some people write it weekly, monthly. I cannot actually say yearly, because you writing down things about your life yearly, it's not going to be easy. Just imagining you writing down things about your life on the 31st of December, what happened the whole year, guys, is going to be a whole lot of work. And then you're going to lose memory of some of the things that happened, and you're not just going to remember everything that happened. So personally, I think you should actually write down things. You should actually write down things on your diary on a daily basis. Like each day it happened, always write it down. Okay, when something happened in the morning, I see that it's very important, just jot it down. Okay, write it down. Okay, when you dream about something, but now when you write it on your diary, going through it, you discover that, oh my god, I dreamt about this thing and it actually happened, and so on and so forth. So it is good for you to always write down things on your diary on a daily basis, because I think that's the primary reason of a diary. You write things that occur in your life, events that occur in your life. All right, so always write it down. We also have you writing down things that it helps you to actually write things that you can forget. Okay, you there are things that, okay, you discuss with somebody, maybe a business deal or whatsoever, you write it down, and at the end of the day, when you are going through your diary, you're going to like remember, oh okay, so I have this on this day, this on this day, this on this day, this on this day, and helps you to start preparing for it. Okay, but now there are people that forget so easily. Okay, they forget so easily. They don't have retentive memory, right? So sometimes when they discuss some things with somebody, and after some time when the person start talking, they'll be like, oh my god, I can't remember what you are saying. Oh my god, what are you saying? Oh my god, I cannot remember the day, the time, the place, the blah blah blah. I cannot remember. Now when you actually write these things down on your diary, guys, it's going to be of great help. So important, guys. It's so important. It's going to make a whole lot of work in your life easier. Okay, easier. So me, I will advise you personally to write down whatever that you discuss, important things. Write it down on your diary. We also have like people's birthday, your friend's birthday, your family member's birthday. Sometimes you can't keep all these things on your head. You just go on a status and you see people posting happy birthday, and these people are very close to you, but you did not, you know about their birthday because what, because maybe there was a time they told you, oh, I'm celebrating my birthday this day. You attended and everything went well. The next year they didn't celebrate and you didn't remember because they didn't inform you again that that is your birthday. But now they are expecting you to actually post them, to actually celebrate them, to actually send them birthday messages. But they don't know that you have forgotten about all the birthday dates and everything. So I will always encourage people, you can actually go on your diary, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, blah blah blah, up to December. And then in January, the people that are close to you and they have birthdays on January, right? So I will actually say those are some of the reasons why a diary is very important. Because if you actually organize your birthdays of your friends and family monthly, like, you know, in January I have Abigail's birthday on the this, I have Joy's birthday on the this, I have Ashley birthdays on the this, I have blah 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 on the this. You have February, I have Sanjin's birthday on the this, I have that, I have that, I have that. So you see that it's going to be of great help. Really, it's going to be of great help, because when you go through your diary, you see that, okay, oh my god, so this person's birthday is on the this, and you celebrate the person when the time comes. Yeah, without even asking the person, you just see he or she will just see posting and celebrating, yeah, them. Okay, so it is very important. That is how you actually arrange. You can actually use a diary to help you remember people's birthday. Also, another thing, you have password, you have email addresses, you have some important information that maybe you're acting on or you're working on. When you do like that, you write. If you have a password, maybe you can actually write the password of your Facebook account, your Facebook name, TikTok account, TikTok name, Instagram account, Instagram name, and so on and so forth. I mean, password, you can write passwords, you can write emails, you can write a whole lot of things which you think you can forget. There are things you jot down which you think you can forget. Maybe spend some money on the this, you are expecting money on the this, you are expecting blah blah. You write it down. When you write it down like that, it's going to be easier for you. Whenever you're free, just go through your diary, and you're going to see that it's of great help. You're going to just read out some things. Even if you take a diary, let me say you take a diary, because someone like me, I have a diary which I started writing since I was in Form 2. I have my diary, though it was not everything I was writing, because at that particular point in time I didn't really see I wasn't writing it as though this is something I'm going to be looking at it in the future. I don't know, I would just love writing. I just love expressing myself better when I'm writing. So in that case, I just took out that diary. I saw that diary in our house. I just took it out. I think it was actually my father's diary, because I think so, because I saw some things being jotted down by him. So it was not really full. The diary was not totally used or fully used. Yeah, there were still pages that were left, so much of it left. So I just took it. If you look at it, you see me writing themes. You see me writing, oh my god, guys. When I look at my diary, the things I was writing when I was in Form 2, they are just like mad. I was writing themes. At times when somebody makes me angry, I will write it. When I'm happy, I will write it. My intention was not like I'm writing this thing to review it in future. But I'm actually seeing the importance now. It is now that I understand that, okay, if you are using a diary or you're writing something down, you're actually doing that. You're actually doing that in order to review it in the future to see how far. But now at that particular point in time, I was just writing because at that particular point in time, guys, I was just writing it because I love writing. I wasn't writing it with the knowledge that, oh, I'm going to review it in future. So it is now that I'm seeing the importance of what I was writing. Sometimes I just go through it, I'm like, oh my god, I just laugh through it. I'm just like, oh my god, what is this? What is this? And I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I just love it, seeing that this is what I wrote some years back, right? I just feel so happy. Sometimes I just sit and I just feel bored. I'll go through my diary from 2, from 3, and it's so interesting. So you can actually do that, guys. Even your children can actually read it. Okay, maybe some people are on you. These are some of the things you have to be writing down in your diary. People are on you, and you don't know what might happen to you. And that's why you see people cherish their diary. You don't go through people's diary if they don't give you the permission to. I see people. I don't know if it's just me that have that knowledge that you don't go through people's diary. You do not go through people's diary if you're not given the permission to. That is why when you see, like in Nigerian movies, you see when somebody dies, and that is, they go through the person's diary and they find a lot of information that can help their investigation or whatsoever they are doing. But nowadays, I see people, you get into somebody's house and straight to the diary, you open it, start reading. It doesn't make sense. Diary, for me, your diary is like your phone. It's like a personal belonging. It's something that is just for you. Unless you give somebody a permission to go there, you don't go there. Unless maybe the person is dead and maybe the children can actually go through the diary. Because at that moment, they might find something that will be of great help. But as long as someone is alive, I don't know, guys, let me get your own comment at the comment section. Do you actually think it's good for people to go through your diary while you are alive? Because for me, I feel like it is only when you are not that somehow they have the right to go through your diary. If you're still alive, I don't see why people, because I see a diary as someone personal belonging, like someone privacy. It's your privacy. Nowadays I see people, you go to somebody's house or you just meet somebody's diary, you immediately open it and start reading it. What are you reading? It doesn't make sense to me. That is disrespectful. You don't do that. You don't do that, because people actually write their secrets, guys. People write their secrets in diaries. People write what they do, what they don't do, what they like, what they don't like. People write a lot of things about, a whole lot of things about them on a diary. So it's actually a personal belonging, not something for public consumption. Actually, it can actually be for public consumption when the person is dead, when the person is no longer alive. That is how I feel. Let me get your own comment at the comment section. Is it right or wrong? Is it good to go through people's diary when they are still alive? Is it a good thing or it's not a good thing? Let me get your own comment at the comment section, guys. So these are some of the reasons why you actually need a diary. You need a diary. Firstly, you have to write whatever is happening in your life, and I insist that personally I think you should be writing it on a daily basis, so you should not forget some of these things. Whatever happens to you in your life on a day, go on your diary, write it down. Oh, on the this blah 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 blah, I went to this blah, I went with this person, we ate this, we did this, we worked together, we blah 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 blah, this blah blah blah, I work in this company, I school here, this is, I graduated from this university, I made like I went to this professional school. You write it down. Okay, write all of those things. Someday in future, you're going to look at it and you're going to see what you did in your early 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, age 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Guys, I know that this is going to be so lovely and interesting when you actually go through this diary and see what you wrote about your events or whatever that happened in your life at those early stages of your life. Okay, guys, so guys, I encourage you to actually get your diary. If you don't have one, get it. If you cannot get the one that is written there, diary and sold in the market, get an exercise book, get a ledger and start writing. So I encourage you to actually get a diary. All right, encourage you to actually get a diary, because this is going to be a big deal for you when you look at it in future. All right, so guys, don't forget to like my video, share, comment, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And let me get is it a good thing to actually go through people's diary when they are still alive, or it's not a good idea? Let me get your own comment at the comment section. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, and may God continue to be with you. Bye bye.